Hello and welcome back to my channel Oracle DBA online training. Uh, as you are already aware that we are learning Oracle tutorials on this channel. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe my channel so that you can keep on getting all the updates. So in our previous tutorial that we have learned is how to do the grid installation, grid Oracle 19c version on Linux 7.8. Okay, so we have covered entire topic in the uh, in a video of around one hour 45 minutes. So I have covered everything, and before that I have also covered about how to do the Oracle Linux installation on Virtualbox. If you haven't watched these videos, make sure you watch these videos, and then you can go ahead with today's session. Okay, so before we begin further, I will be discussing about what we have covered so far. So basically we have completed this must task Oracle VirtualBox setup. That is, we have created two separate machines, rack 1, rack 2, and then we have installed the operating system 7.8 Oracle Linux. Then we have copied, like we have done the cloning of from rack 1 to the rack 2 machines, and then we have created a shared storage that is called ASM. Then we have configured the Oracle ASM for accessing the ASM disk. Okay, and then we have done the certain pre-checks for Oracle rack setups. And once that is completed, then we have installed and configured the Oracle grid infrastructure for the cluster. Okay, so till now we have completed till grid 19c installation on Oracle uh, Oracle Linux 7.8 version. Okay, so we are very good ready with rack 1, rack 2 with grid installation. So our next target will be RDBMS installation, that is also on 19c version database software, and then we'll create the database. uh, Actual database creation will be done, and then we'll do the post check for the rack setup. Okay, before going further, I will be showing you the current scenario. So basically we have two nodes are ready, that is rack 1 and rack 2. Okay, so we can cross verify what are the existing session. That is, you can see a pmon of ASM1 is running on rack 1, and then similarly pmon uh, for ASM2 is running on the rack 2. That means your clusterware is up and running, or you can cross verify with the help of ps-em grep d.bin. That is, you are finding the location for binaries for this grid software. Over there you can go to the bin directory, and here you can fire the command crctl check crs. Sorry, the command spelling is wrong. CRSCTL check CRS. So you can see that Oracle High Availability Service is online, Oracle Ready Services is online, cluster synchronization service is also online, then event manager is also online. Okay, so with this you can see all these services are online on the rack 1. Similarly, you can also cross verify in rack 2 also. So we'll go to the server, and again we will fire the same command crctl check crs. Okay, that means your cluster is also up and running. Or you can fire this command called crctl status resource -t. This will list out the all the services with its current state. What is the target and what is the actual state, which server it is running, what is the indication, whether it is stable, started, or whatever. Okay, so with this you can say that your grid infrastructure or clusterware is very much ready. Now you can go ahead with a RDBMS software installation. So we have login into the server, and we have just copied this software DB home into the binary location where we will be installing this software. Okay, basically it is copied through the root user from the shared location that we have. Okay, this is the shared media that we have shared with our VirtualBox machines. So from there I'm just copying this software to my local directory called u01 app Oracle product 19C ETB1. So basically I will be changing the permission of this file, chmod Similarly, we'll modify the ch ownership also. So that Oracle user can unzip this file and okay, so now we will be logging through Oracle user. Yeah, so we are logged in with Oracle user and I'm extracting the DB environment. So using the env, you can cross verify your environment variable. So as you can see, your Oracle base is U01 app. Your DB home location, Oracle home location will be this one. Okay, so we'll go to cd $oracle_home. So here we can list out this, then df-h dot will cross verify the current utilization on this U01 mount point. So basically we have 29 GB left, that is 26% is utilized currently. So we can very easily unzip this, unzip this file. So it will hardly take 1 or 2 minutes. So once it is finished, then we can go ahead with the installation process. So basically we are doing the RDBMS software installation in this tutorial. Previously we have done the grid installation, and before that we have done the Oracle Linux software installation on the Virtualbox machines. So if you haven't watched those videos, you can check my description. I have already shared those links. You can go and watch those videos. So the Oracle 19C software installation complete guide is provided on these videos, and you can very easily learn how to do this installation on any Linux machine, and similar process can be followed for other operating system as well. So in upcoming days, I will be doing the Oracle Oracle database software installation on Windows Server also. So we are initially doing the installation on the Linux machines. So as we can see, lots of unzipping is happening. Let it finish, then we can go ahead with the installation process. Okay. I will be requesting all my friends to subscribe my channel so that I can be also. This is very helpful for me also. And Oracle DBA online training Facebook page is also you can follow. So make sure your laptop has sufficient physical memory as well as space before you start the installation, or you will be creating a Virtualbox machines. Okay, so these are very simplest learning you can do, and being a DBA, you should be very well knowing how to do the installation, as we are already familiar in current days. Most of the 11G and 12G database are getting upgraded to 19C. So knowing the 19C grid and RDBMS installation will be an added advantage to your profile as well as your career. So make sure you learn these technologies. You can read these all the steps by revisiting the same video again and again. If you are having any doubt, you can ping me on the comment box also. I will be definitely helping you out. Okay, so as we can see, our current unzipping has been finished, so we are pretty good left with 22 GB of free space on U01 mount point. So this is very much sufficient for us, so no need to worry about it. So before we can start, I will be just doing xhost plus. Okay, so this is disabling the access control has been disabled and client can connect from any host. Okay, so again I will be switching to Oracle user. So here I will be doing DB environment. Okay, so now what I have to do is we have to export display for GUI purpose. Sorry, export. Okay, now we'll go to the software location, RDBMS software location, Oracle _ home. So here we have so basically I'm removing this zip file. It is no longer required to us. So here I will be doing the run installer. So it will invoke the graphical interface for us, and from there we can begin the installation process. So this is RDBMS software that we are doing in installation. Before this we have already completed the grid software installation. Okay, so here is the interface. So basically we have to do the configuration. We have to choose the configuration option. So basically in today's session what we'll do, we'll just select the setup software only. Okay, this is a much safer step to do, because if you are selecting create and configure a single instance database, so we'll not be doing the single instance database creation, so we'll have the RAC database installation. So what we'll do, we'll choose the option as a setup software only. Okay, then we'll move to next. Okay, so here it is taking a little bit of time. I guess it is slower due to the since we are doing on a laptop machine, so this will be a little slower, and don't worry about it. So here the next option is database installation options. So select the type of database installation you want to perform. You want a single instance database installation or Oracle real application cluster database. So we'll be choosing default option, that is Oracle RAC real application cluster database installation. Okay, we'll move to the next page. Here already the two nodes are selected, RAC 1, RAC 2. So we don't have to do anything, just choose next. We will automatically verify setup for the installation purpose. Okay, so the main hurdle in entire process will be your grid installation. Once your grid installation is successfully done, then RDBMS software and database creation, these are the, I guess, simplest steps you can do. Yeah, it will be little time consuming, but grid installation should be successful. Otherwise you will be facing lots of issues for the installation of RDBMS and other steps. Okay, so make sure your first step should be a very clear one. So here we are selecting the enterprise edition, so move to the next option. So our Oracle base is U01 app Oracle. So next one is operating system group. So we have to choose the so here we are so operating system groups that we have to choose. So I will be choosing very happily O install, that is my default one. So for the most of the operations, I will be selecting install as a primary group. You can choose all these groups individually, but for the testing purpose, I'm choosing just install. Next one is automatically run configuration script. No, I will be running them manually. So just click on the next. Here we can see the prerequisite checks is happening. So it is preparing to perform the checks. Once it is completed, then we can go ahead further. So basically it is doing some pre-checks, and once it is finished, then it will populate with a summary. And once it is done, then actual product installation will happen in the background. First on the local node and then on the remote node. This is how it goes. I hope you are all enjoying my videos, and if you are liking these videos, make sure to like, just press like button, and you can share in your internet groups, and share with your friends so that they can also get the information. Okay. At any point you are facing any issues or any doubt, you can ping me on the chat window, or ping me on the comment box rather. Yeah, I will definitely like to take your questions and try to resolve your issues. So as we can see, there are a lot of prerequisite checks are happening. For most of the time, it stuck somewhere in the during the network checks or the scan checks, but it will get finished. Nothing to worry about, right? So once it is done, then summary will come, and then we can move ahead. So remember, once your RDBMS software installation will be completed, then we need to do ASM disk group creation for your data disk groups. Okay. So here pre-checks is completed, and there are certain warnings. We need to ignore this because we are doing the IP-based installation. So we are not using DNS or the resolve.conf. Okay. So I'm just ignoring these two, clicking next, click yes. So here is the summary. We'll do the installation. You can check this description window. It has all the details that is happening in your system. So it is doing copying of certain files. So preparation is completed. Next is linking of the binaries. So let this entire process finish, and then we will discuss further. Okay. So now you can see the local node is configuration has been successfully completed, and now it is copying on the remote node. Once the files will be copied on the remote node, then configuration will happen, and once that is finished, then we have to run the two script, that is root related scripts we need to execute on both the nodes one by one. This is how it will proceed. Okay, so let remote node execution finished, this configuration is, then we'll discuss further. Okay, in coming days I will be doing lots of other steps also related to database, like we'll be doing certain administrative related tasks, like we'll be learning from basic to the advanced level of administrative tasks, which as a DBA we should be knowing very well. And then I will be doing certain patching related activities also. So I will be teaching, I will be guiding you how to do the patching activity on RAC database environment. So I will be suggesting you all to subscribe to my channel and get all the updates and keep learning and keep improving your skills. Okay, so let this one finish, then we'll discuss further. Okay, I'm taking a little pause over here. So as you can see, almost 92% of progress has been completed, and now it is asking me for to execute a root.sh script from rack 1, rack 2. So we'll do this one by one. Okay, so basically I will be opening one terminal over here, new tab. From the root I will go to this path, copy this path, then using the sh will be running this one. Okay, so basically it will change the permission of this file. Similarly, I will be doing the same thing on the rack 2 also. We have to copy this path again. So again the same thing. So we'll return back to the node 1, that is rack 1. Okay, so once this is done, you can very good to go ahead with click OK. Okay, so here we can see that our setup, the registration of Oracle database was successful. Okay, so we'll close this window and cross verify whether software has been installed or not. So remember, we are using the DB profile here, so we can check that SQL Plus version of 19C database with version of 19.3 has been successfully installed on this server. So our next target is that we have achieved over here is like we have completed this one. We have completed the RDBMS software installation. Okay, so next part is database creation, but before going database creation we have to create disk groups. Okay, so again we'll log into the, basically we have to go to the grid profile. Sorry, we have to choose grid environment. Okay, here we have to again set up the display. So we are invoking the ASMCA utility. Using ASMCA, you can like create or delete disk groups and it is a graphical interface for your managing the ASM instances. Okay, so we are having disk group creation. So ORC disk was already created last time, so its size was around 10 GB, and we have used external redundancy over there. Okay, it is mounted onto mount state. Okay, and then what we'll do, we'll create a new disk group. So we'll provide the name as data. Okay, and choose the redundancy as a external. Okay, now we have to choose all the available disk. So one disk is available. Oh, sorry, what we have to do is we have to choose the actual path. So dev Oracle ASM. Okay, so basically we have to create two disk. Okay, just a minute. Basically we will have to create these two disks. Okay, and that we have left in our last video. We have basically created only one disk, that was disk 1, and now we are creating two more disks, disk 2 and disk 3. So basically these are raw disk that is available with us. So it looks like, okay, so using Oracle some scan disks. List. So we have total 3 disks are available. So basically we already used this disk 1 for OCR disk group creation. Now we'll be using this other two for the data disk creation. Okay, so as you can see the header status here as a member, so we cannot use this one for the new disk group creation. We'll choose one of the remaining two. So basically I will be using this one for the data. Okay, and now what I will do, I will create the disk group. Okay, so I'm using the external redundancy, and this one is used for the data one. Okay, just click OK. So it will create your data disk group, and we'll create one more disk group that will be used for archive related purpose. So whatever the archive logs are getting generated, that will be stored in that disk group. Okay, so this is your second disk group, that is data. Next we'll be creating one more disk group that is called archive. Archive log. Here the redundancy will be external, and this will be of 8 GB. Okay, so we'll choose this one, click OK. So basically we are now doing the disk group creation using the ASM utility. So this is very simple and graphical interface that you can use to create new disk groups. Okay, so these 3 disk groups are created. OCR disk was previously created for storing the OCR and voting disk configurations. And the next one is the data and archive logs. So these two disk groups are all now created. Now what I will do will be, this is already in mounted state, so nothing to worry about. Just click on close. Now we will again take the DB environment, as you have an Oracle. So in our case, we have only created single user Oracle for both the purposes, like grid as well as RDBMS software installation. We'll use the Oracle, but we have defined the two different profiles, each for DB and grid. So we are enrolled the DB environment. So now what I will be doing is, I will be invoking the DBCA utility, which is used for database creation purpose. Okay, so DBCA has been invoked, and now we'll be creating a RAC database. So till now what we have completed is grid software installation completed, then RDBMS software installation is also completed, and the next was we have created two new disk groups. One is data disk group, another is archive log disk groups. Okay, so now what we have to do is create a database software, create a database. Okay, so we'll click on the next. But remember, we have chosen 4 GB of physical memory. I'm not sure whether this memory will be sufficient, but let's see. If it is lesser, then we need to maybe increase our physical memory for Virtualbox machines. Okay, so I will be choosing the advanced configuration option over here. So basically we are creating a database type of real application database, and it is admin managed, general purpose of the transactional. Okay, and click next. So select the nodes on which you want to do the create cluster database. Okay, so we have RAC 1 and RAC 2 already selected. Click next. So it is asking me a global database name. So what I will be doing is RAC DB. This will be our database name. Okay, I don't want to create container database over here. We'll see in the upcoming days how the container database works and how to create container databases. So I'm just selecting over here. Okay, just click on the next tab. So next option is choosing the storage options. So basically it has auto detected that it is using the ASM options. So we have database files location will be plus data, that this group we have created, and use the Oracle managed file system. Okay, so it is called OMF. Automatically it will manage all the files within your disk groups. Click next. So you can enable the archiving, but you have to mention the location. Okay, so what I will do, I will mention the location as plus archive log. This is the disk group that we have created. Click OK. You can also specify the fast recovery area also. Just click next. So it is giving me error for fast recovery area location has insufficient free spaces. So what we'll do is like deselect this part. We'll see later. Okay. So next option is choosing the data vault option. So I'm not selecting anything as of now. These are database security related options that we can choose during the time of database creation. And we are not doing anything over here. So we are just skipping this part. This is, remember, this is a database security option that that is given to us. Okay. Next one is your configuration option, that is defining the SGA and PGA memory. So what we'll do is we'll choosing the default option only, as our physical RAM on this Virtualbox is very lesser, so we'll be preferring the memory should be default one. You can also see the sizings options over here, number of processes that is defined. Then the what is the character set, it is using the AL 16 UTF-16 unique coding options. And in connection mode, either it is dedicated or shared. So by default it is a dedicated one. There are few sample schemas are also there, so we'll select the sample schema also. Then we'll click on the next option. Okay, next option, it is asking me to management options. So what I can do is I can deselect these options, run cluster verification utility check periodically. So we'll keep this setting. Next one, we have to provide the sys password. So I will be choosing all the passwords as the same. It will throw me a warning message. I will click on yes, then create database. Choose all the default option. So now it is preparing to perform the checks. Once these checks will be done, then there will be a summary, and then database creation will happen in the background. Okay, so we are almost completed all the necessary steps. From our checklist, we are reached to this point, database creation. At any point, if you are feeling that I'm not able to understand these points, maybe you can message me on chat box, or sorry, rather comment box, so I can help you out. And you can check the detail on my YouTube channel. So you can get my email ID also there. You can message me or email me your concerns, so I will definitely try to help you out. And keep watching. If you haven't watched my previous videos, and just go through all the videos so that you can learn everything better and quickly and easily. You can understand how to do this installation, what are the I mean, how to do a different configuration. So you don't have to struggle too much about these parts. Okay, I will be suggesting you all to keep watching, keep learning, and be a good DBA. So we have so this at this stage, all the prerequisites are done. Again, the same message that we are getting since the starting. So we'll do the ignore option over here, then click continue. We can read all the summary. So basically it has the initialization parameter files. So these are the values that is defined in this file, and then the character set, then data file locations are also defined, then control file location. So everything is there. Okay, so we'll click on finish. So now database creation will begin. So we'll see once it is finished, then our database creation will be successful, and then we can move ahead. So it will take a little bit of time. Meanwhile, we can take some pause over here. Once these steps are finished, then I will be joining you back. So guys, whatever we are doing currently is these are like graphical interfaces. Okay, so these steps can be also done through the silent installation mode also. So if you're familiar with silent installation, if you don't have the graphical interface, then you can use the silent installation, silent mode of the database creation. So those things also will be discussing maybe later. And there are many ways of doing this same task. So, but as we are already given a graphical interface, we can very easily use the GUI option over here. So sometimes what happens in real world scenarios, so most of the customer don't provide the graphical interface. As a DBA, we should be knowing how to do silent installation or silent database creation. So we'll keep on learning those things also. Nothing to worry about. Okay. For the time being, our database creation is in progress. Let it finish, then maybe we can discuss further. Okay. So guys, you can see there is a database alert log location that you can using the tail option in Linux, you can populate the data. So whatever the data changes are happening that are written in the alert logs, so we can get this using the tail hyphen F option. You can like grab all the, you can keep on getting all the data updates in the alert logs. Okay, so I have done the tail option now for this alert log location, and it is giving me all the changes that is happening in the background. So remember that alert log for any database is a heartbeat. Everything has is getting written into those files related to database operations. Okay, so any error, anything, whatever is happening into the database, like we can see shutdown of the database has happened, and it is updated in the alert logs. Okay, so remember during the time of the database creation, there are multiple operation happens in the background. So those changes will be written into your alert logs also. Okay, so a lot of things are happening, and it is getting updated into the your alert logs. Once this is completed, then once the database creation will finish, then it will go for the cluster database instance creation. Okay, so one at a time, let all these operation finish, then so you can see there is some table space data file addition has just happened, and default table space has been defined as a user. So all these things you can monitor under the file called alert log. Okay, so almost 39% is completed, and a few more steps to complete, then our database creation will be also finished. With that, I will be complete with 19C installation process successfully. Okay, so this is a little longer video. Maybe I will be making one combined video which will have all the like VirtualBox config from starting from the VirtualBox configuration till the database up and running. All the information I will be providing in a single video so that you can refer and do similar practice on your laptop or on your system. Okay, so I will be in coming days I will be making a combined video which will have all the like VirtualBox configuration, then cloning of your VirtualBox machines, then creating a shared storage, then installing the grid infrastructure software, that is a grid 19C installation. Then later we'll be doing the RDBMS 19C software installation, and maybe later we'll be doing the database creation. So all these videos will be combined and made a single video so that you can be very easily refer these videos and practice by your own. Okay, so before saying anything, I will be requesting you all make sure you subscribe my channel so that I will be also getting help from you guys, and I will be keep getting motivated so that I will be making future videos also. Okay, guys, I will be doing a very hard work for you guys to understand. So keep watching and keep sharing these videos and keep learning. That is what I can tell you guys. Okay, I guess our database creation will be taking a little bit of more time. By the time this is getting finished, I will be taking pause over here. Okay, as you can see guys, still the database creation is not completed. It is completed around 52%. Now it is creating cluster database views. Okay, so basically there is a in the background lot of changes have happened, and lastly we have seen that undo table space created. Undo TBS2 means it is creating undo table space for instance 2. Okay, so fact database creation basically involves multiple changes in the database. Okay, the system. So this is how the database creation happens, and there will be like data file resizing will also happen in the background, or there will be some partitions will be also created from the schema. So there will be multiple processes happened. Once this is completed, then your actual database installation might be completed. As we can also cross verify whether your PMON has been initiated or not. So I just logged into RAC1 setup, RAC1 node, and I can see that there is a RAC DB1. So basically a PMON for RAC DB1 is started. That means this process is related to your RAC database. So on RAC1 node 1, this PMON is started. Similarly, we can check whether it is started on node 2 or not. So let me run the command ps-em grep pmon. Okay, so it is taking a little bit of time. That means your RAC2 is busy, and still the pmon is not started over here. So that means it is just created on node 1 only. Okay, it is a bit of time consuming process. The still 52% is completed. So again, guys, we can see almost 71% of job is completed, and that is in the second last page of the database creation, that is completing a database creation, and a lot of things are happening in the data background. So basically database restart is happened, so it is bringing down the database, and maybe once it is completed then it will again start the database, and that will be a process completion. Okay, so wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. Let's hope this is completed. So instance shutdown completed as per the alert log that we are seeing. Now again it is started the database instance. All the related processes are getting started. So first time database creation will take a little bit of more time in comparison to the maybe next time database creation. So as we can see, the alert log on database open has been completed. Now it is adding a few log file. Okay. Here you can see your raw hard disk path, that is device, Oracle ASM, then disk. So all those information are printed in the alert logs. So almost 71% of task is completed. Last few tasks are remaining. We can again cross verify whether the PMON is started or not. On first node it is started around 3:44, and the second node also we can cross verify, still it is pending. So let's hope it will be completed very soon. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I will be checking the alert logs on the node 2. Okay. Basically, alert log is not updated over here, so it is not found. Just wait for a few minutes more. So guys, our database creation is completed, but it is not successfully. Let me just check. I think on the second node, that is rack 2, the database is not started. We will be starting this is a database manually. So instance 1 is completed, but instance 2 is not started. So what I will do, I will logging on the server and then I will manually start the database. Okay. Nevertheless, our actual steps is completed, so nothing to worry about. Okay. From the profile, I will be just cross verify your current environment variable. So it is rack 2 only. So we can use srvctl utility also. Srvctl config database. Okay. Let me just try it manually. So guys, our database creation is also completed, and with this we can say that our total steps are completed, like RDBMS software installation is completed, then database creation is completed, and now we will be doing the post check for the RAC setup. Okay, so basically what we will check, we'll check whether all the instances are up and running or not. So basically this is my node 1, that is rack 1, and this is node 2, that is rack 2. So I can see there is a instance name rack db2 running on the rack 2, and then on the rack 1 rack db1 is running. Okay, and you can use the srvctl status database -d, then db unique name, that is rack db for us. By running this command, we can cross verify whether the instances are up and running or not. Okay, so basically this command will give me the output like this one: instance rack db1 is running on node rack 1, instance rack db2 is running on node rack 2. Okay, so this is the node name, this is the instance name. Okay, so output is taking a little bit of time because of the low memory on the servers. So with this, we can say that our 2-node RAC database installation is successfully completed. And in upcoming videos, we will be doing lots of administrative tasks along with certain other activities like patching. Then we'll be looking at backup recovery concepts. And if you have any doubts, any questions, you can comment me on the same video links. And if you haven't watched our previous videos, kindly go through those videos as well, and make sure you learn how to do the installation of RAC database. Okay, and if you use the -v option over here, you can get the verbose detail also, like uh, what is the stage of the database instance. So instance status is open. Okay, so what I will do, I will stop the database over here, and then I will bring down the cluster also, and then we'll bind up this session here only, and in upcoming videos we'll discuss further. And if you're new to my channel, just subscribe, and make sure you like the video and share as much as you can. And also you can follow me on Facebook page with the same name. I will, and please go through a description also, and there are multiple links are provided, like the previous video, and there are certain information that you can go through, and I will be requesting all friends to subscribe my channel and keep supporting, keep watching. Thank you guys. So we are stopping here. We'll meet in the upcoming videos. Okay. Have a great day. Bye bye. Thanks for watching again.